Shawn Levy, a seasoned filmmaker with a diverse portfolio of movies under his belt, has often reflected on the pivotal experiences that shaped his craft. Among these, his work on the 2006 comedy film The Pink Panther stands out as a significant milestone. This crime farce not only entertained audiences but also served as a crucial learning ground for Levy, particularly in understanding how to integrate the camera's perspective into comedic storytelling. He emphasizes that this film was instrumental in teaching him the art of using the frame itself as an element that enhances the humor in a scene, rather than merely capturing it. One particular sequence from The Pink Panther remains etched in Levy's memory as a turning point. In this memorable moment, the bumbling Inspector Clouseau, portrayed with impeccable timing, is stealthily tailing a character named Xenia, played by a prominent singer-actress. Believing his cover is about to be blown, Clouseau panics and shouts, "Newspapers!" while hastily unfurling a large newspaper to conceal his face. Oblivious to his surroundings due to this makeshift disguise, he stumbles upon a subway entrance and tumbles down the stairs in a classic slapstick fashion. This scene, simple yet brilliantly executed, became a lesson in comedic framing for the director. Levy recalls that at the time, The Pink Panther was relatively early in his directing career, and it prompted him to rethink his approach to visual storytelling in comedies. He experimented with various camera angles for this fall sequence, considering options like showing a stunt performer rolling down the stairs from behind or approaching the lens from the front. However, it was during this process that he had an epiphany: the camera isn't just a passive observer but an active participant in delivering the joke. He realized that opting for a simpler, more straightforward shot often amplifies the humor, allowing the audience to fully absorb the absurdity without distractions. This insight, Levy admits, was something he learned through trial and error across multiple projects. In other films, he had attempted intricate camera movements during comedic beats, only to find that they diluted the impact of the laugh. The complexity of the shot could overshadow the punchline, making the moment feel cluttered rather than crisp. In contrast, the newspaper hiding gag in The Pink Panther exemplified the power of an uninterrupted frame. By keeping the camera steady and letting the action unfold naturally, the joke landed with greater precision and hilarity. Clouseau's face obscured by the paper, preventing him from seeing the impending stairs, created a buildup of anticipation that paid off perfectly in a single, cohesive shot. Fast forward several years, and this lesson from The Pink Panther resurfaced during the production of one of Levy's more recent high-profile ventures, a Marvel film featuring dynamic action and ensemble casts. In a sprawling sequence where the protagonist engages in a chaotic battle against dozens of alternate versions of himself, Levy drew directly from his earlier experience. He chose to capture the mayhem in one continuous, laterally tracking wide shot, mirroring the simplicity that had worked so well in the Clouseau tumble. This approach not only maintained the comedic rhythm but also heightened the spectacle, proving that the principles of film comedy he first explored in The Pink Panther were versatile enough to apply to blockbuster superhero narratives. Reflecting on the broader context of rebooting the Pink Panther franchise, Levy highlights the reverence everyone involved brought to the project. The original series, known for its iconic character and timeless humor, carried a weighty legacy. The team, including the lead actor who co-wrote the screenplay, approached it with deep respect, ensuring that their modern take honored the source material while infusing it with fresh energy. There was a collective commitment to enjoyment, both on set and in the final product, aiming to translate the behind-the-scenes fun into on-screen delight for viewers. The success of the film was particularly rewarding for Levy. It became a commercial hit, resonating with audiences who embraced the new interpretation of the beloved Inspector. Despite the inevitable critical scrutiny that comes with reimagining a classic, the positive reception affirmed the team's efforts. Levy notes that touching such an established property always carries risks, but the way fans connected with the updated Clouseau character validated the creative choices made. Delving deeper into the mechanics of comedy as influenced by this film, Levy's experience underscores a fundamental principle in directing: restraint can be more powerful than excess. In an era where visual effects and rapid editing dominate, returning to basics, like a single frame capturing unadulterated physical comedy, reminds filmmakers of the roots of humor. The Pink Panther taught him that the camera's role is not to overpower the scene but to complement it, guiding the audience's focus to the essence of the joke. This philosophy extends beyond individual scenes to the overall tone of a film. In The Pink Panther, the blend of farce, mystery and character-driven antics required a directorial hand that balanced chaos with clarity. Levy's growth in this area influenced his later works, where he often prioritizes character authenticity amid elaborate plots. For instance, in his Marvel project, the emphasis on interpersonal dynamics and witty banter echoes the interpersonal mishaps in the Pink Panther, showing how early lessons evolve into sophisticated storytelling techniques. Moreover, Levy's anecdote about the newspaper scene invites a broader discussion on the evolution of comedy in cinema. Slapstick, a genre with roots in silent films and vaudeville, relies heavily on visual gags that don't need dialogue to elicit laughs. By hiding Clouseau's face and letting the physicality speak for itself, the scene harkens back to legends like Charlie Chaplin or Buster Keaton, who mastered the art of misfortune through precise framing. Levy's adoption of this style in a modern context bridges classic and contemporary comedy, demonstrating timeless appeal. In expanding on this inspiration, it's clear that the Pink Panther wasn't just a job for Levy but a classroom. Each shot, each edit decision contributed to his understanding of how visual elements interplay with narrative. The film's success, both critically in terms of audience embrace and personally for Levy's development, highlights the value of taking risks with beloved properties. It encouraged him to experiment, to simplify when complexity tempts, and to always consider the camera as a co-conspirator in the art of making people laugh. As Levy continues his career, weaving these lessons into new projects, the influence of the Pink Panther persists. Whether in intimate comedies or grand-scale adventures, the core idea remains. The funniest moments often arise from the simplest setups, captured with intentionality. This approach not only entertains but also engages viewers on a deeper level, inviting them to appreciate the craftsmanship behind the chuckles. To further illustrate, consider the parallels between the Clouseau chase and modern action comedy sequences. In today's films, directors like Levy must navigate high-stakes battles with humor intact.